How Elon Musk spends his $300 billion. If you don't have the chance to be born into the Saudi royal family and want to become a millionaire, there are a few other options. You could come up with one truly brilliant concept, such as a new computer operating system or a social networking site, and then turn it into a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Alternatively, you could also follow Warren Buffett's lead and make a decades-long sequence of savvy, low-risk investments, then sit back and watch the money roll in. Then there's Elon Musk's action. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. So without further ado, let's dive in. Musk made his fortune in a different way than the majority of today's well-known billionaires. He didn't have just one brilliant idea, he had dozens. Instead of a slew of smart, safe bets, he opted for a handful of breathtakingly dangerous bets. But even if it wasn't obvious at the time, there was a model into his madness. Musk became the world's wealthiest private citizen this year as a result of his bets and their far-reaching consequences, from privately launched space missions to an electric vehicle titan that has left the auto industry scrambling to catch up. And these have earned him the title of Times Person of the Year for 2021. Musk co-founded Zip2 with his brother Kimball as an online business directory, a form of web-enabled yellow pages with maps, a novel concept in the mid-90s. Elon and Kimball attracted investors and hired outsider support to operate the company, which signed arrangements with the New York Times and other publications. They sold the Zip2 to Compaq, a struggling computer manufacturer, for $307 million in 1999. Musk made a tidy profit of $22 million from the Zip2 deal, and he immediately spent $1 million on a McLaren F1 supercar. "It's not consistent with the rest of my behavior," he said, which had witnessed Musk receiving the automobile at his home. Musk damaged the car a year later while he was demonstrating its acceleration and unintentionally launched it into the air like a frisbee. The multi-million-dollar sports automobile was not covered by insurance. Musk, on the other hand, has already moved on to his next project. Peter Thiel, the co-founder of the payments business Confinity, was in the McLaren with him on the day of the accident. Neither Thiel nor Musk was hurt in the accident. Musk had invested his millions in a new online banking company called X.com. In March 2000, the two companies merged, producing the company that would later become PayPal. Musk was named CEO, but the board of directors ousted him in September while he was on vacation, replacing him with Thiel, partially owing to a disagreement about the company's servers. Leaving the office when there are a good lot of important things going on that are causing people a lot of stress isn't a good idea, Musk would later reflect. Musk, on the other hand, retained ownership of his corporation. He put more than $6 million into Tesla, which at the time was little more than a pair of founders with a vision for electric sports vehicles. The business intended to transform the struggling area by utilizing new lithium-ion batteries, which were both light and energy-dense. Lithium-ion batteries were primarily used in small electronic gadgets at the time, and one of Tesla's key achievements was scaling them up, allowing it to develop an electric vehicle with a significantly higher range than prior electric vehicles. Both firms struggled in their early years, and Musk claims he used almost all of the profits from the PayPal sale to fund the ventures. SpaceX had a string of failed flights that nearly drove the company out of business, while Tesla ran into difficulty when its engineers discovered that its prototype battery packs were prone to catching fire. Former Tesla Chief Technical Officer J.B. Straubel adds, "It was a possibly company-ending discovery if we couldn't repair it." During the Great Recession of 2008, Tesla almost went bankrupt. Musk's investments eventually began to pay off. Musk co-founded X.com, an online financial services and email payments startup, with $100 million in 1999. The following year, X.com merged with Confinity, which became PayPal in 2001, PYPL. PayPal was purchased by eBay for $1.5 billion on October 3, 2002. Musk had 7,109,989 shares in PayPal at the time of the sale, making him the company's largest shareholder with 11.7% stake. PayPal is no longer owned by Musk. He left his role once the firm was sold, and he utilized the earnings to fund investments in SpaceX, Tesla, and SolarCity. Musk established Space Exploration Technologies Corp., or SpaceX, in 2002. The company's basic objective is to transform space technology, including the development of spaceships that will transport humans to Mars and other locations around the solar system. In 2006, NASA gave SpaceX a hefty contract. Falcon, the first private liquid-propelled rocket to reach space, was launched by SpaceX in 2008. SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft docked with the International Space Station in 2010. The ISS. In 2012, NASA awarded SpaceX a second contract to assist shuttle crew members in getting from the International Space Station to Earth. Another $2.9 billion contracts with NASA was signed in 2021 to transfer astronauts aboard its Starship spacecraft from lunar orbit to the moon's surface. DeepMind Technologies, an artificial intelligence business, was founded in late 2010 with Musk as one of its primary angel investors. Google stated in January 2014 that it had purchased the company for an undisclosed sum. Musk is well known for his concern about AI surpassing humans, and he is said to have invested in DeepMind not to earn money, but to keep up with how quickly AI technology is evolving. DeepMind has spent a lot of time working on deep reinforcement learning, which is an AI technique that blends deep learning, which is typically used for pattern recognition, with reinforcement learning. DeepMind creates the sort of learning based on reward signals such as game score, and named the concept in a white paper published in 2013. DeepMind has failed to find many commercial uses for its deep reinforcement learning, even though it was a breakthrough in AI. Google's parent firm Alphabet has used the approach internally to lower the price of cooling Google servers in data centers. Musk was not a founder or member of Tesla, but he was instrumental in the company's early funding round in 2004. Musk rose from being a Tesla board member to CEO in 2008, while also acting as the CEO of SpaceX. Tesla's initial public offering on Nasdaq began on June 28, 2010, with shares of common stock priced at $17 per share. Tesla stock was trading for more than $1,000 on December 7, 2021. Tesla's goal is to make sustainable corporation more accessible to the general public by producing mass-market electric vehicles. Companies including United Parcel Services, that's UPS, and PepsiCo pre-ordered fully electric tractor-trailer vehicles when Tesla unveiled them in November 2017. The Model S, Model X, Model 3, and the high-end Roadster supercars are among Tesla's electric vehicles. Elon Musk owns 169.9 million Tesla shares worth $181.5 billion as of December 2, 2021. Elon Musk is the company's largest stakeholder and has major influence over its long-term strategy and operational objectives. Musk creates The Boring Company. This is an infrastructure and tunnel construction company that was created back in 2016. The organization was formed on the idea that while traffic is bad, traveling above ground isn't necessary. Traffic problems may be fixed by utilizing the millions and miles of earth beneath highways. The company's mission is to lower tunneling costs while increasing production efficiency. The Boring Company plans to accomplish this by building smaller tunnels and developing its high-capacity boring machines. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority authorized a $48.6 million plan from the Boring Company in May 2019 to construct the LVCC Loop, an underground tunnel that will run beneath the Las Vegas Convention Center and include 3 stations as well as a pedestrian tunnel. The Boring Company had completed the first of 2 planned tunnels in the loop by February 2020. Baltimore, Chicago, Hawthorne, Calif, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C. were among the cities where the Boring Company was working in 2020. Even though Tesla manufactures fewer vehicles than major automakers such as Ford and GM, its stock has skyrocketed in value. Tesla's stock price has more than tripled in the last 18 months, putting its market valuation at over $1 trillion. Even after selling almost $12 billion worth of stock in the last 2 months, Musk still owns a sizable portion of the company, and executing his more stock options could leave him with larger ownerships than when he started. It's anyone's guess if Tesla's huge value will be maintained. If Tesla's stock declines, so do Musk's fortune. He presently owns around 17% of Tesla shares worth $175 billion, which accounts for the majority of his net worth. Musk's 48% share in SpaceX, plus cash and other assets, boost his overall net worth to about $266 billion, according to SpaceX October funding round. He also invested his money into new businesses to bolster its income. Both are now worth several $100 million. Those 2 most recent ventures serve as vivid illustrations of Musk's entrepreneurial attitude. Both are highly speculative endeavors. Neuralink is working on psychic machine interfaces, while the Boring Company wants to change infrastructure. Experts say there's little chance either will pay off in the long run, but Musk's bread and butter is big bucks, risk-taking. Musk went from a lucky youngster with a dot-com fortune to the world's wealthiest person on the planet using the same strategy of throwing millions of dollars at impossible undertakings, which made him utter the statement, at the very least, private citizen, I believe Putin is substantially wealthier than I am. And with that, the video has come to an end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to watch more videos like this. And while you're here, check out one of the other 2 videos on your screen. And I'll